Hello, and welcome to the Ninja Studios community update. Before I would do update clips or update audio snippets in the Discord and just attach the audio source to a message. But from now on, we're going to be doing this as a podcast here on the Ninja Studios community podcast, wherever you're listening to this beautiful voice is where this will be every other week. And the way the podcast works, well, the update podcast works, is I will come on here and I will try to tell you guys about all the new things that have been happening within the community, as well as a few things that we're looking forward to doing in the future. In the future, I would love to do this podcast with one other person in the community. Content creator, someone who just socializes in the community, someone that just plays games in the community. Whatever you are a part of the community, if you would like to be a part of this podcast with me, check out the Collab Central channel in the Discord, or just hit me up wherever you feel comfortable. Hit me up and we'll make it a thing. And I mentioned that there's a new podcast every week. Whenever I don't do a podcast for the update, there will be a podcast for Resports, which is kind of Ninja Studios esports version of a podcast. And that'll be a thing. And we also have the D&D podcast that we're doing in the Tellurian homebrewed world, which is based on the 5e system. And probably some other podcasts in the future. Yeah, probably. It's a really good way to be creative and get a lot of people involved, and that's kind of what we're all about. So I imagine there will be a lot of podcasts in our future. But moving on to the other things that are new in our server, we have dedicated game servers. We currently have a Valheim dedicated server that I've installed mods for, plugins for. We have lightsabers and dragons. Yeah, dragons. Pretty sure you can tame the dragons and ride them in Valheim, but I haven't found one yet. I installed the mod though, so I know they're there. We also have a 5M server, which is still a work in progress, but it's definitely a thing. So if you guys, interested in either one of those servers, they're very early in their stage of life. So it's a really good point for you guys to get involved and help shape those servers to the way that you guys would like them to be, and the way that we can enjoy them to the fullest as a community. And we're also open to many different types of game servers, not just those two. We've talked about doing like a Red M server for Red Dead Redemption. We've talked about doing a Minecraft server. We've talked about doing Ark servers. You name the game, we've probably talked about doing a server for it. So if you guys are interested in other game servers, you can go let us know in the Gaming General channel in the Discord, or wherever you feel the most comfortable talking to us, which is available to you on almost every platform that exists. Yes, that is a lot. So I mentioned the esports podcast, and one of the new things that we want to try to do is flesh out the different areas of the community. In the past, it's been a lot about content creation. It's been a lot about gaming, but we don't really do a lot with everything else. Everything else is there, but we don't really do a lot compared to how much we do for content and how much we do for gaming. So esports, I know, still gaming, but it's also sports. So that's kind of a way for us to branch out a little bit and try something new. And speaking of, Imperfect Lord wants to start a Halo Infinite esports team. And we're doing a meeting for that Sunday at 6 p.m. I believe. If that does change, it'll be in the events in the Discord. And you can just go check that and see what time it starts. And if you're interested, just click the interested button. And then if you forget about it, it'll notify you. And if you have your notifications off and you're interested, we'll probably DM you if you're not there. So it's kind of like a double notification type deal where, you know, if you want to be there, if you're interested in it, but you're not sure if you're going to remember or whatever, just click the interested button and we'll annoy you for free. $0.00. And the dojo stage, which is what I'm in currently, recording this podcast live in the stage channel in the Discord community. The dojo, how this stage works is it's just, it's in the name, really. It's a stage. So anytime we're trying to do something in front of the entire community or in front of everything that is going on, it's probably gonna be in the dojo. So podcasts, ask and answers, classes, meetings, etc., etc., etc. You can find all of those things in this dojo stage. When it's not being used, it's usually just called dojo. When it's being used, it'll have dojo followed by what it's being used for. And that goes the same with all of our voice channels. If you guys are, curious about what's going on in the voice channel, check the title, because usually we'll change the title of the voice channels to match what we're doing. So if we're in that one place and we're doing something specifically, like vibing or chilling, drinking coffee or drinking beer or whatever, playing chess maybe, look at the title and it'll say that one place and then followed by just vibing or playing chess and beating lemon, so the same with now watching. That'll change from now watching to movies or anime or esports or MMA or boxing or whatever we're watching. Usually we'll change the title of now watching to what we're watching to kind of help you guys get an idea of what we're doing before you jump in. Speaking of the events, if you guys would like to create or start your own events or own things within the community, all you gotta do is mention it. Let us know that you want to do it. So, for example, Imperfect Lord, he came to us and he was like, hey, I want to do Halo esports. So we were like, okay, let's make it a community thing. When do you want to do the meeting? When do you want to talk and get the group together and build a team and do all that? And then we made an event around it, so it's a part of the whole community. It doesn't necessarily need to be one of the staff or someone with a certain role. It could legit be someone that joined the Discord yesterday that has an idea for an event. All y'all gotta do is let us know you want to do it. One thing that I want to mention about the class real quick was I feel like this is a misconception. People feel like the class is only for content creation. Just like our community, it's for everything. So it's a class for anything. There's homework and notes and subjects for everything. So for example, the homework for class this week is broken up into homework for content creators, record 5 to 10 minute video every day. Homework for gamers, find your niche. What type of games do you play regardless? What genre have you played the most games in? Like, I talked a little bit about this with Jay midweek because we were both like, interesting. But I feel like I found my niche, and the way that I figured out what my niche was is it's a certain genre or type of game that I play regardless. As soon as I see that game is in that genre, that I just play it. That's just how it is. And there's only really 2 genres that I'm like that with. And for me personally, that's JRPGs and MMOs. If it's a JRPG or an MMO, 95% of the time I'm going to play it. And I feel like as gamers, it's very important for us to find that and remember that. And you can't just be like, I'm an every gamer, or I play all of these, or yeah. I mean, I do too. But I'm not going to go out of my way to play a shooter. I'll go out of my way 7 days a week to go play a JRPG. But I'll probably maybe go out of my way to play a shooter 1 day a week if the shooter's lucky. But we also have homework for artists, like practicing your craft. Pretty basic, but it's huge for artists. And that goes for all types of artists. People that draw, people that paint, people that do graphic design, people that write. Artist is such a wide scope. So anything that you do creatively, which content creation could also be considered art, but that goes back to the homework for the content creator. It's basically the same as the one for artists. Just worded a little bit differently. But we also have homework for social, for being a part of a community and being a part of a group of people, and doing what we're all here to do is socialize with one another, and talk to people. You know, why else would we be here if we weren't here to talk to the people that are here? So the homework for the social, in my opinion, is the most important. Not only because it's the foundation of the Ninja Studios community, but also because it's something that is difficult for me most of the time. So having homework for social is a good way to remind myself to do the things that I'm not great at. So, for example, talk to someone new every day. First step to getting to know new people is just talking to them. Just say hi. And it really is that simple. Like, legit. I overthink that a lot too. So, I feel you. Be the first to ask a question rather than dropping it or waiting for someone else. Get involved with stuff that already exists rather than only posting to do something that doesn't. Sometimes you gotta meet people where they're at and not always expect them to meet you where you're at. The social thing is a lot of simple things, but there are a lot of simple things that we overlook when we're in a group of people. So that is kind of the way that I'm going to go with the social homework. And I know most of our events are still gaming and content related. However, soon I'm going to be going back to doing some anime related events. We used to do Expojo. Yes. Social homework is definitely homie work. Yes. Go out there and do your homie work, guys. It's very important. These freaking voices in my head, dude, they be messing me up all the time. But yeah, back in the past I did Expojo, which is like my version of Toonami, where I would curate a list of anime that I wanted to watch with the community, and I would jump in the now watching and I would stream it. And I would put ads and different random things in between the episodes and really tried to make it into a Toonami experience. So we'll be looking into doing some more anime related events and some more general events. I want to do some social events. I want to experiment with events that are solely for just being social. So, like for example, grab a beer on a Friday night and jump in that one place and call it a social event, whatever we call it. And the sole purpose of that event is just solidarity. Drinking the same thing or similar things and sitting down and chatting, talking to people. And that's just one of the ways that I want to widen the scope of what we offer as a community. Because at the end of the day, we are not just a gaming community. We're not just an anime community. We're not just a content creator community. We're all of those things and much, much more. We're a general community. You know, you don't have to have an interest in any of those things, and still be able to get something out of our community. You could just come to Ninja Studios to talk to people. You know, get to know people. You don't have to come here to play games. You don't have to come here to find people to watch stream of. You know, you don't got to come here to find people to talk about anime with either. You could just come here to be like, hey, my name's Joe. And we'd be cool with that. Welcome in, Joe. But anyway, appreciate y'all listening to this bi-weekly version of the update. And y'all stay awesome. Hopefully I'll see y'all in Ninja Studios. Peace.